He still hadn't realized what was happening around him. Huh? What's going on outside? Outside the gate, the old man rushed out to check on his two beloved disciples. Damn it, my beloved disciples. The two disciples didn't understand what had just happened, nor the cause of their severe injuries. Before they could even see the master of the house, blood was already trickling from their mouths. A moment later, the three intruders regained their composure. What kind of monster is in this room? In this room? Could it be we were all mistaken? Perhaps there's an unparalleled expert in here, and we've been discovered. It's only because your bloodlines are too weak that he didn't deign to strike. He's warning us. It seems we can only return to Tushan first to report to His Majesty. These so-called experts have their quirks. If he didn't strike at the outset, he probably won't later. With this thought, the old man and his two disciples dejectedly retreated. Therefore, Princess, your highness will be safe during this time. You must wait for our return. At this moment, within the Yuhua Holy Land, Yue Huang, Moon Emperor, was still diligently cultivating, breaking through to the 9th level of the Golden Core realm. Yet, she still couldn't compensate for her physical deficiencies. How? She bitterly realized. If I can't advance my cultivation, how can I protect my younger sister? How can I stand against that terrifying expert, Zhang Chen? No, I absolutely cannot yield. I must use magic to defeat magic. The icy aura in this painting emanated a pure, bone-chilling frosty qi. It directly froze Yue Huang's entire tower. Meanwhile, Yun Huang's Cloud Emperor's tower was ceaselessly spewing flames. The two guards outside, witnessing this scene, were terrified. Have these two sisters been cultivating more and more extravagantly lately? If this continues, with their efforts, their status in the Yuhua Holy Land will surely rise. At the same time, in the Yuhua Heavenly Palace, the Holy Lord asked, "What is the current situation?" Ancestor Wu Shenji has made it clear. He wishes to complete the battle promised long ago. The ancestor of the Yuhua Holy Land was a top-tier expert. It could be said that the current glory of the Yuhua Holy Land was largely due to his contributions. For the Holy Land, nothing was more important than him. He cannot afford any mishaps. I understand your concerns, but the ancestor has made his decision. Even we cannot interfere further. I don't understand why the ancestor insists on agreeing to this battle. Initially, he was an outstanding genius, exceptionally talented. Among his peers, he had almost no rivals. Along with the ancestor of the Qingyun Holy Land, they were considered the two bright stars of the human race when they were young. In the end, the Qingyun Holy Land's ancestor changed his mind and set a date for a decisive battle with the Yuhua Holy Land's ancestor. This appointment has dragged on for thousands of years. It seemed it would pass, but ultimately, it couldn't be cancelled. Everyone listen. Even though the two ancestors are dueling, we shouldn't interfere. But if it comes to a critical moment, Wu Shenji paused, but everyone understood the unspoken meaning. If it truly came to the most dangerous point, they would have to intervene. After all, the Qingyun Holy Land had two immortal fetus realm ancestors. Losing one wouldn't be a significant blow. But we only have one. Currently, two geniuses with supreme physiques have emerged in our Holy Land, heralding an era of prosperity. In this situation, we need the protection of our expert even more. This is the only way. This course of action is indeed insidious and unworthy of the Holy Land's reputation. But for the sake of the Yuhua Holy Land's inheritance, over tens of thousands of years to come, we can only say, our apologies, Ancestor Qingyun. From Ancestor Qingyun's residence, a faint singing voice could be heard. It must be those disciples teasing him. Scene change to Jiang Chen's farm. The male protagonist was harvesting vegetables to prepare lunch. Woo-hoo, food's here. Looking at the little fox, its personality seemed much livelier than when he first found it. Could it be it has acknowledged me as its master? In Tushan Mochan's eyes, there was a captivating charm, though it didn't affect Jiang Chen. After eating her fill, Tushan Mochan rolled over and fell asleep, continuously muttering words like evolution and 9 tails. Jiang Chen stood by, observing and remarking, "She eats quite cleanly. But then again, her fur is getting shinier and shinier. Is she about to transform into a spirit beast? Oh well, forget it. This afternoon, I'll set up a stall to sell goods. If I make some money, I'll improve your meals when I get back." Out on the street, everyone greeted Jiang Chen cheerfully. "Boss Xiao Jiang, long time no see. It's been almost a month. Looks like you still haven't made enough money, huh?" a townsperson joked. "Boss Xiao Jiang? Boss Xiao Jiang?" a panicked voice suddenly called out. "Trouble. Something's happened at Shopkeeper Lee's daughter. Last night, Boss Lee's daughter suddenly fell gravely ill. Why wasn't I informed sooner? If Xiao Song was sick, you should have found me last night." Li Xiao Song, Shopkeeper Lee's daughter, was only 7 years old this year. She was well-behaved and sensible, often sharing food from the shop with the surrounding small merchants. The older folks were all very fond of her. However, she had been frail and prone to illness since childhood. Now that this had happened, everyone was even more worried. At first, we just thought it was a minor ailment. Who knew that even a dozen doctors couldn't do anything? Her condition is getting more and more serious. Then what are you waiting for? Take me there quickly. This can't be delayed. Uncle Lon? From somewhere, the footsteps of a young lady approached. It turned out to be an uncle and niece, pair out for a stroll. What are those people doing? It looks like someone's daughter is sick, and they're asking that young man to treat her. The girl's eyes beside him glinted with sadness. Just like me. Let's go take a look too. Xiao Song's illness is very strange. Whether it's her pulse, breathing, or body temperature, everything is normal, but her condition is extremely unstable. I've never encountered this illness before. Clearly, everything about her body is like a normal person's. But why? Boss Xiaojiang, please save Xiao Song. If you can save her, I'm willing to give up all my family's wealth to work like an ox or a horse for you. Please, don't be like this. Xiaojiang will definitely do his best. Doing your best will be useless. The problem with this little girl is no longer something mortals can resolve. Xiao Song's mother heard this and became furious. What did you say? Calm down, don't be rash. It was the girl with two-toned hair from earlier. I said the problem with your daughter cannot be solved by mortal means. This little girl isn't sick. She's been infected by something unclear. Furthermore, if a powerful cultivator doesn't intervene to remove it, she will soon perish. Can you save my daughter? The father, hearing this, was filled with hope. So do you have a way? Regarding your daughter's illness, I am also powerless. But with Uncle Lon here... Uncle Lon? She continued. Let's just say, if she were your child, this illness can be cured, but there will be damage. Are you willing to accept that? Is the damage very severe? In the best case scenario, she will be plagued by illness for the rest of her life. She will be mentally impaired for life. This dreadful news was like a bolt from the blue. Shopkeeper Lee and his wife nearly collapsed. There's no other way. She's our only daughter. As long as she can survive, we'll do anything. As long as our daughter can be saved, we agree. Wait a minute. If you two can't cure her, then keep quiet. Just leave it to me. I can make Xiao Song recover completely, with no after effects whatsoever. At Zhang Chen's firm assertion, Zhang Linger and Uncle Lan were both astonished. Young man, do you know what you're saying? Of course. Zhang Chen's eyes clearly showed he had a basis for his words. The title of Divine Doctor isn't just for show, you know. There are many ways to live. I understand Xiao Song. She's very lively, loves to play, and adores having no restrictions. If the price of living is to make her lose all that, then I absolutely will not allow it. Zhang Linghair was speechless, but it seemed his words had also made her realize something. All right then, she's your daughter. You decide who treats her. Or perhaps let Boss Xiaojiang try. We have more confidence in Boss Zhang. Linger sighed. Her earlier desire to save the little girl stemmed from a sense of empathy, thinking of her own situation. If they chose that mortal, so be it. This girl was born infected with an obscure energy. Because this power was incredibly mysterious, it wasn't usually apparent, only manifesting as a weak and sickly constitution. However, as she grew older, this obscure power would intensify. 7 years old was a major crisis. What could that young mortal possibly do? Jiang Chen took out a needle, observed it closely, then meticulously and slowly inserted it into the little girl. Is that acupuncture? Both the uncle and niece were astounded by this sight. The entire procedure was executed with incredible detail and precision. Truly worthy of the title Divine Doctor. Uncle Lon, did you see that? After inserting the needles, he didn't use any spiritual power at all. What kind of technique is this? He doesn't need spiritual power, yet he can expel the mysterious force hidden deep within her marrow. Jiang Chen paid no heed, continuing to focus on the acupuncture. By now, hundreds of needles had been inserted into all of the little girl's acupoints, making her look like a cactus. It seemed the needles were taking effect. A peculiar demonic qi began to escape from the little girl's mouth. Xiao Song's illness has been cured. She just needs to rest well, and she will make a full recovery, Jiang Chen said confidently, though his forehead was beaded with sweat. In no more than 3 days, she'll be happily by your side again. Boss Xiaojiang, thank you so much. When Jiang Chen turned to greet the other two, they had vanished. They were standing right there just a moment ago. Now they're gone. At this moment, Xiao Song woke up. At her bedside, her parents were crying tears of joy. Daughter, how do you feel? Thanks to Brother Jiang, I feel much better. In the garden, Jiang Chen was surrounded by a crowd, endlessly praising him. Boss Xiaojiang is truly talented. It was the right thing to do. Everyone is being too kind. After being treated by Jiang Chen, Song Heir, Xiao Song, had completely recovered. The city once again became peaceful and cheerful as before. Time to go home and cook for the little fox. While walking down the road, Jiang Chen unexpectedly encountered the two people from before. Their expressions showed they had been waiting for a long time. All right, I'll take another way then. Seeing Jiang Chen about to turn and leave, the two hurriedly called out, Young master, please wait a moment. They had clearly been waiting for him here intentionally. Jiang Chen glanced at the girl. It seemed a mere glance was enough for him to notice something unusual about her physique. My young lady's surname is Zhang, and her given name is Linghair. This is Uncle Lan. Are you also seeking me for treatment? Zhang Linger was startled. feeling a slight tremor in her spirit. He had seen through everything. Zhang Linger, you come from a noble background, originally expected to become the heavenly maiden of the Zhang clan, possessing limitless potential and a bright future. But all that was severed by the absolute yin-severed meridians, one of the most terrifying heart meridians in the cultivation world. No matter how talented, one afflicted cannot live past 18. It not only prevents the generation of spiritual power, but also gradually erodes one's foundation, causing the sufferer to endure immense pain. Young miss, are you truly decided? Your problem is completely different from those of ordinary mortals. We have tried for many years, but still couldn't solve it. He is just a mortal. Even if his medical skills are superb, can he really do it? Zhang Linger, what a lovely name. It's just that the surname is a bit rare. I know, but I don't have much time left. Zhang Linger grimaced, accepting the harsh reality. If that's the case, then follow me home first. Go to your home? The uncle and niece looked at each other, thought for a moment, and decided to follow. So, Uncle Lan and Linger followed Zhang Chen home. As soon as they stepped into the house, they were so astonished their faces turned ashen. Oh, this is my home. Please, make yourselves comfortable. This is a formation. This entire courtyard is a formation. Could it be we guessed wrong? Could this good-looking young man in green, with his extraordinary aura, actually be an old monster with phenomenal strength? This level of power, it must be at least at the immortal fetus realm. So what should we do next? He doesn't intend to harm us, does he? The two followed a fragrant aroma and discovered it came from the bowl of food Zhang Chen had brought for the fox. As the fox was about to eat, it suddenly noticed the presence of the two strangers. Fearing its food would be stolen, it hastily gulped down the bowl of soup. Uncle Lan, is this a Tushan Fox clan member? 2 days ago, we heard that the little princess of this clan went missing. Could she have been captured by this person? Anyway, let's pretend we don't know anything. Meanwhile, after eating its fill, the little fox fell asleep. It loved the expert's food. All it knew was to eat and sleep. If I eat a little more, I might be able to break through. A little later, Zhang Chen examined Linger, checking her feet, and discovered her strange illness. It was the first time he had encountered it. Treating it will be very difficult indeed. Just as I thought. Linger's face fell, and she was on the verge of tears. Wait, I didn't say there's no way. With the right treatment, it can definitely be resolved. Zhang Chen quickly corrected himself. When Linger heard it could be completely cured, her heart bloomed with joy. But this is the absolute yin-severed meridians. Can it truly be completely resolved? With me here, what does the absolute yin-severed meridians matter? Zhang Chen smiled gently. As long as you're not dead, give me time, and you'll recover immediately. Linger knelt and pleaded. Then I beg young master to cure these absolute yin-severed meridians for me. I will be eternally grateful. Because of the absolute yin-severed meridians, she had paid too high a price. She was meant to be the heavenly maiden of her clan, but was instead despised and reprimanded. Despite her talent surpassing her elder brothers, she couldn't condense spiritual power, watching as everyone surpassed her. Even her father paid her no attention. Now, Zhang Chen was her only hope to escape the torment of the absolute yin-severed meridians. Young lady, please rise. There's no need for this. However, your illness is a bit complicated and will require a long period of treatment. So, can you two stay? Stay? Do we have to stay? If we don't return to the clan in time, I'm afraid Father will be furious. The next morning, as dawn broke, food's ready. I'm setting up the stall today, but not officially opening. I can only say I'll continue to let you eat these vegetarian dishes. Zhang Chen sensed the arrival of uninvited guests. It turned out to be Linger and her uncle, who had just returned from gathering firewood, silently observing Zhang Chen. He only has magical power, no spiritual power. Although these two are cultivators, their strength is only average, Zhang Chen assessed. Uncle Lan, are we really agreeing to stay here? Linger asked, seeing Zhang Chen as her last hope. Regarding the clan lord, I will explain clearly when the time comes, Uncle Lan whispered. Zhang Chen called out, Time to eat! Cultivators like us don't need to eat. The fox showed a disdainful attitude. Ungrateful. Don't come crying and begging to eat later. Countless miles away from the Yuhua Holy Land, a majestic voice rang out. So Moer is currently being held captive by an unknown human expert. Though her life isn't in danger, she's being treated as a pet. Yes, your majesty. I saw it all with my own eyes. The Fox Emperor was enraged. Hu Yao. I, the Fox Emperor, one of the strongest experts in the demon realm, on par with human emperors and Holy Land Saint Lords, an existence of supreme status, yet someone dares to imprison my daughter. Your majesty, please calm your anger. Tu Shanfu, terrified, knelt down. It seems I must make a trip myself. Tu Shanfeng, tell me in detail about that human expert. That human expert is skilled in the way of the sword. I fear he will be very difficult to deal with. Therefore, your majesty should not act rashly. At the very least, we need time to retrieve Tushan's sacred artifact. That way, it will be easier to bring the princess back. If we have that sacred artifact, it will certainly be better, as it specializes in defense, especially against the way of the sword. So it's decided. The most important thing now is to bring Moer back. Let me see if the audacious person who dares to imprison my daughter can withstand the wrath of this fox emperor. Meanwhile, Zhang Chen remained nonchalant, completely unaware of the impending disaster. What were you singing, young master? Are you all right? I'm fine. Where were we? Ah yes, the absolute yin severed meridians you mentioned belong to the yin attribute. Because it has existed since birth, it causes yin qi to condense and erode your heart meridians. What needs to be done now is to first remove the internal yin qi to help balance yin and yang. Take these herbs every morning, crush them, mix with clean water, and drink it. Just these herbs? Linger asked in astonishment. Yes. Is there a problem? No problem. A moment later, Linger brought the herbs to Uncle Lan for inspection. Just drinking these herbs can balance the yin and yang in her body? Uncle Lan looked skeptical. Oh well, let's just try it and see. Uncle Lan's reaction was somewhat unexpected for Linger. Nevertheless, she decided to trust both of them. Well, here I go. It will definitely succeed. Linger began to drink the herbal mixture, sip by sip. Oh, this cool tingling sensation seems to envelop my entire body. Young miss, how do you feel now? Uncle Lan hurriedly asked. This medicine is truly effective, Linger said joyfully. The power of the absolute yin severed meridians in me is gradually dissipating. Really? This is wonderful. As for the clan lord, I also need to make a trip. You want to go? It's only temporary. I just need to explain things clearly to the clan lord, and I'll return. Besides, I don't have to leave right away. Just as he said this, Uncle Lan suddenly stopped. His gaze fell upon the person opposite them. It turned out Zhang Chen was practicing his swordsmanship routine for health preservation. Linger and Uncle Lan were terrified by the sight. Uncle Lan, do you see that? Is the young master also a swordsmanship expert? The little fox beside them, having witnessed everything, adopted the air of a seasoned elder. It must have seen this scene many times and grown accustomed to it. The other two, however, looked as if they had never seen the world. At mealtime, Zhang Chen treated his two guests to a vegetarian feast, brimming with spiritual energy. Master of the Qin, a king at Go, a top-tier calligrapher, a poet of great renown, and a painter like Picasso. Young master, you've reached the pinnacle in every field. Uncle Lan, I don't want to go anymore. Meanwhile, while Zhang Chen was helping Zhang Linger, war erupted between the Great Yan Dynasty and the Golden Eagle clan in the Demon Realm. As a result, the Great Yan Dynasty was defeated. The Great Yan Dynasty had initiated a war against the Golden Eagle clan in the Demon Realm. To support the war effort, the Great Yan Dynasty had ordered the conscription of human cultivators within its territory to participate in the fighting. The battle was described as extremely fierce, with cultivators perishing daily and blood flowing like rivers in major engagements. The fifth son of the Great Yan Emperor, though not as exceptionally talented as others, displayed courage by leading soldiers to charge forward in the first battle, his spirit resolute and decisive. However, the defeat in the first battle forced the emperor to summon his princes to discuss strategy. You also know that this time, our Great Yan Dynasty has failed in the war against the Golden-Winged Eagle clan. Morale is waning. The emperor realized that Great Yan had lost the advantage against the Golden Eagle clan and needed to ensure victory in the second battle if they wanted to decide the outcome of the war. The emperor believed that the great expert who had helped them before could assist them again. If that expert gave you this painting, it proves he has goodwill towards our Great Yan. Therefore, I want to ask for his help again. Father, your thoughtfulness is profound. Your son feels ashamed, Ji Xuan said. Then your son will prepare and go to meet the expert once more. Wait, I will go with you. Ji Xuan was surprised. Huh? Scene changed to Zhang Chen. Zhang Linger had completed the first stage of her treatment and rested for 7 days. Her body's yin and yang were now balanced. Now, she was beginning the second stage, using acupuncture to stimulate the major acupoints in her body. Linger's eyes lit up. I will follow all of the young master's arrangements. After several days of treatment, Linger had been completely won over by Zhang Chen. This appearance of Linger was very familiar, just like when he treated Xiao Song. She was now covered in needles, looking like a cactus. Uncle Lan, I've already applied the needles. This process takes time. When the time is right, I'll go into the city to prepare the herbs. Thank you, young master. Leave the next matter to me. Zhang Chen was thinking about earning money to cover living expenses. Now, it wasn't just the little fox in the house, but 2 more people. If he didn't find a way to earn more income, could they survive? Every little bit helps, he thought. So Zhang Chen rummaged through his house and found a painting he had drawn previously. Isn't this painting something I drew before because I was impressed by swordsmanship? The spirit-slaying sword diagram. The person in the painting was based on himself. Although I can't cultivate in this Xiangxia world, I can draw my imagined spirit-slaying sword. Thinking this, Zhang Chen decided to take the painting to the market. I'll bring this along. The previous paintings didn't sell. Who knows? Maybe someone will like this new one. Scene changed to the marketplace. Here, a townsperson, unclear if they were a shop owner or a local resident, was berating two individuals in front of them. I've told you, Boss Xiaojiang sets up his stall based on his mood. Maybe he'll come tomorrow, maybe next month. What's the rush? Honestly, it turned out the two men being scolded were none other than the Emperor of Great Yan and the fifth prince. The townsperson shooed the father and son away. All right, that's all I know. You two, hurry up and leave. Don't bother my wife's business. The Emperor and Jishuan were stunned, enduring the treatment. Even though they were disguised, who would have thought they'd be given such a hard time by commoners? Imperial Father, it seems that expert is truly not here. Could it be that the expert is intentionally avoiding us? Suddenly, the commoner from before spoke up with a hiss. Oh, look over there, you two. Boss Xiaojiang has arrived. You two are really lucky. He's here. He's here, the father and son exclaimed in unison. From the crowd, Zhongchen gradually emerged, possessing a mysterious and cool beauty, his eyes glinting with unfathomable depth. He carried a cloth sack of goods on his shoulder, a faint smile playing on his lips. At least, that's how he appeared to outsiders. Seeing him, Jishuan reacted like a fangirl meeting her male idol. An expert. He's definitely the expert. On the other side, the townsperson from before whispered to Xiaojiang, I'm telling you, someone is looking for you. Then they both looked towards the other side. Jishuan quickly spoke up. Boss, it's me. Xiaojiang suddenly remembered. Indeed, there was a rather wealthy-looking boy before who had traded a toy-like sword for one of his paintings. It's him! And this gentleman is... This is my father. The Emperor, at this moment, looked somewhat suspicious, his eyes a bit perverted, his cheeks flushed. Greetings, Boss Jiang. Xiaojiang felt a chill run down his spine, his facial muscles stiffening. Last time, for my birthday celebration, my son presented a piece of calligraphy as a gift. Although I didn't fully understand it, I recognized the profound meaning within. Even after days of contemplation, I still couldn't fully grasp it. Therefore, I had my son bring me to meet you, boss. Looking at you now, boss, your aura is indeed extraordinary, your demeanor magnificent. You flatter me, esteemed guest. It was just something I wrote casually. So you two are here today because of that painting of yours, boss. Sword Chi rampages for 30,000 miles. One sword strike terrifies 19 provinces. Not only is the calligraphy beautiful, but the meaning is also very profound. But we couldn't fully comprehend it. What must we do to achieve one sword strike terrifies 19 provinces? The Emperor wanted to understand how to achieve one sword strike terrifies 19 provinces. Huh? How to make one sword strike terrify 19 provinces? How would I know that? Aren't you making things difficult for me? Zhang Chen thought. Or should I just say I don't know? But wouldn't that be demeaning myself? Not wanting to lower himself, Zhang Chen took out a newly drawn painting about swordsmanship, which contained an even stronger sword intent. I drew this painting a few days ago. It's my comprehension of swordsmanship. The aura contained within is much stronger than one sword strike terrifies 19 provinces. I can take this painting out and spin a tale. If they ask, I'll just let them comprehend it themselves. Looking at the painting, Zhang Chen pretended to be serious and said to the two, everyone has different ways of thinking. Even if I were to explain it, it might not necessarily be correct. What's important is how you perceive it. If you truly want to comprehend, you must observe more and think more. Coincidentally, I still have a painting related to the sword. Perhaps what you are looking for lies within it. As the painting was unrolled, a powerful sword intent shot out, causing great astonishment among those present. Dazzling starlight, limitless power. Ah, it makes our souls tremble. Who is that? Isn't that the expert? Ah, the dazzling starlight has been shattered by the sword key. It's like shimmering smoke and fire. This painting was definitely prepared for our great Yan dynasty. Boss, what must I do to obtain this painting? What luck! Business has come knocking as soon as I arrived, and it's an old customer too. Well then, I'll have to see your sincerity. Zhang Chen thought, looking at how wealthy they are, they'll surely be generous, right? The father definitely brought money, didn't he? There's no way he didn't bring money, right? Sincerity? Ordinary things certainly cannot satisfy such a talented person. Sincerity is very important, but what can truly show sincerity? Boss, do you think this item can be exchanged for that painting? This is the imperial seal of Great Yan. Truly unexpected. Why this thing again? Don't people use money to buy things anymore? Why is it so hard to earn a little money? Zhang Chen mused. I can't believe this father and son are so stingy. Is it genetic? Oh well, I'll just consider it an act of charity. The Emperor held the painting, his face alight with excitement. Imperial Father, is it truly all right to exchange the imperial seal of Great Yan for this painting? No, this is the best way. That imperial seal is just a symbol with little practical value. But if he accepts it, it means he has accepted my invitation. That is, he has become a person of our great Yan dynasty. In the future, If the great Yan dynasty encounters danger, he certainly won't stand idly by. Jishan, even in his wildest dreams, couldn't have imagined the meaning behind his father's actions. Truly, the older the ginger, the spicier it is. This return will be the beginning of great Yan's prosperity. Scene change back to Jiang Chen's home. All right, today's acupuncture is finished. Next is to combine it with brewed medicine to stabilize the yin and yang qi in your body. Thank you, young master. Even after just one acupuncture session with the expert, I can clearly feel the change within me. Especially my meridians, which previously couldn't absorb the spiritual qi of heaven and earth, are now unblocked. It's truly unbelievable. Uncle Lan, I feel very well. Perhaps even without completely eliminating the absolute yin severed meridians, I can break through to the divine power realm. That's good, but young miss, the absolute yin severed meridians are still there. You need to be careful. Rest assured, I will definitely be careful. That's right, when someone helps you, you must repay them. But what can I use as repayment? At the Demon Subduing Pass, tens of thousands of demons in golden rocks were preparing for battle. The sound of drums echoed, signaling the start of a bloody war. The demons are attacking. The demon army has attacked. Shouts rang out everywhere. The Golden-Winged Eagle clan? Why have they suddenly gathered a large demon army? What should we do? His Majesty is not at the pass. If a major battle occurs, how can the two of us possibly stop them? The two worried officials lamented. Suddenly the third prince appeared and spoke. Please, gentlemen, stop for a moment and listen to me. Your Highness has two options. First, no matter what they do, we will avoid battle to prevent casualties. Second, send an envoy to negotiate. It doesn't matter if our great Yan takes a step back. The two officials, after hearing this, remained silent and hesitant. Who said our great Yan should take a step back? The Emperor's voice thundered. The Emperor has returned! The third prince hastily tried to explain. Imperial Father, If the Golden-Winged Eagle clan wants to challenge Great Yan, we naturally cannot back down. I declare the Second Great War has begun. Rest assured, Imperial Father will not disappoint everyone. With the help of an expert, our great Yan will no longer fear the Golden-Winged Eagle clan. An expert? The third prince was surprised. Imperial Father took fifth brother out alone and even went to find an expert? Such a confidential matter. Could it be Imperial Father intends to make him the crown prince? Moreover, everything Jishuan has now is thanks to a calligraphy painting from Imperial Father's grand birthday celebration. He also said he obtained that calligraphy painting from an expert. Could the expert Imperial Father is talking about be the same person? After the battle began, fresh blood dyed the entire sky red. Great Yan fought alone against both the demon race and the Golden Rocks, suffering countless casualties and heavy losses. The situation was not optimistic. Oh, king of the Golden-Winged Eagle clan! Thousands of years ago, my great Yan was defeated and had to cede the southern continent. This is not only the shame of the great Yan dynasty, but also the shame of the human race. Today, I will thoroughly defeat the Golden Rock clan, retake the southern continent, and restore the fortune of the human race. How truly ridiculous. How many times have you said that? But what was the result of the last great war? Ji Yuan Hao, you are nothing but a braggart. Today, I will lead the Golden-Winged Eagle clan and thoroughly defeat your great Yan. Very well. Your soldiers are almost all gone, yet you still dare to speak so arrogantly. Truly ignorant. Watch me knock you down right here with one punch. The king of the Golden-Winged Rock clan glared. What is this? A painting? Have you lost so badly that you've gone mad? Everyone, both human soldiers and the demons of the other clan, was bewildered, not understanding what the emperor intended to do. It seemed the king of the demon faction felt insulted. This is truly an insult to me. All brothers, advance. As soon as his words fell, tens of thousands of golden rocks charged towards the great Yan emperor. The time has come. The painting was officially unrolled. The emperor shouted the name of the technique, or rather, the name of the painting. Starlight. Inside the painting was the image of Jiang Chen holding a sword. The image in the painting seemed to possess a vibrant life force, appearing in the sky. Don't be afraid, this is just a show of bravado. The projection of Jiang Chen, with its powerful sword intent, slashed towards the Golden Rock clan members. In everyone's eyes, a brilliant streak of light pierced through heaven and earth. Even the stars in the sky seemed to tremble. The sky, the earth, and all things in the world were enveloped by it. This terrifying power far surpassed the imagination of all living beings. The Golden Rock King and his army were completely annihilated in an instant. But the most terrifying thing was not that. It was the crack in the sky that was truly frightening. The void had been split in two by a single sword strike. The Golden Rock King sat in stunned silence. Indeed, that last sword strike had made him feel the presence of death.